The Great Indo-Gangetic Plains. Anatomy of India's Granary. Geography for UPSC. In this video, we move from formation to farming. The goal is a clear framework you can revise quickly without getting lost in scattered facts. Now, as the theme is set, locate the system first. This is the engine room of India, spread across the Punjab-Haryana plain and the Ganga plain with the Indus system on the west. Key statistics to lock in. Length 3,200 kilometers. Width 150 to 500 kilometers. Area 7.8 lakh square kilometers, the world's largest alluvial plain. Impact. It supports more than 40% of India's population. Also note the physical base. Average elevation is around 200 meters. That low relief is the reason the rivers spread, meander, and deposit. Now you know where the plains are. Let's understand why they exist. The origin is the anatomy of a depression in 3 steps. 1. The collision in the Tertiary period. The Indo-Australian plate pushed north, lifting the Himalayas. 2. The trough. A deep syncline formed between the rising mountains and the stable peninsular plateau. 3. The fill in the Quaternary period. Rivers deposited sediment, creating the extensive Indo-Gangetic Plains. You can see the Indus side, the Ganga system, and the Brahmaputra side, all building layers of alluvial sediment. Pro tip on the slide matters. This is a depositional plain formed in a 4 deep. Keep that phrase ready for conceptual questions. Now that the formation is clear, we move to zonal anatomy, starting at the Himalayan foothill margin. These are the Bhabar and Terai belts from north to south. Bhabar is about 8 to 16 kilometers wide. It is coarse and highly porous, so rivers disappear here. South of it lies Terai, about 15 to 30 kilometers wide. It is wet, swampy, and forested because the water re-emerges and saturates the surface. The memory line is simple and accurate. Bhabar equals boulders and dry. Terai equals tar and wet. Now we shift from belts to soils, still within alluvial zoning. 2 alluvial soil types are highlighted. Khadar is new alluvium. It floods annually, is highly fertile, and has no kankar. Bhangar is old alluvium. It lies above flood level, is less fertile, and contains calcareous kankar nodules. The high-yield nuance is important for applied geography. In dry areas like Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, excessive irrigation can lead to saline patches called Ray or Kallar due to capillary action. Now that the internal zones are clear, take the horizontal tour west to east. This belt runs about 2,400 kilometers across 4 distinct regions: Rajasthan Plain, Punjab-Haryana Plain, Ganga Plain, and Brahmaputra Plain. Keep the Bay of Bengal endpoint in mind because the system ultimately drains into it. Now zoom into the first region in the west. The Rajasthan Plain has 2 distinct subregions defining Western India's arid geography. Marustali is the desert proper. It is the eastern part of the Rajasthan Plain, covers a great part of the Marwar Plain, and is dominated by sand dunes. Rajasthan Bagar is semi-arid. It is a transitional zone with rocky outcrops including gneisses, schists, and granites, and it has seasonal streams. The map anchors you with the Luni River, the Aravalli Range, and the Run of Kutch. And note the trap alert exactly as stated. The eastern part is not alluvial fill. It is part of the peninsular plateau. Look for bedrock outcrops like gneiss and granite. Now move into the Punjab system. Punjab is the land of 5 rivers, and the plain is defined by this extensive river network and fertile tracts. Track the rivers shown: Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, and Beas, with the Indus River as the larger trunk system. The slope is northeast to southwest. The map also cues key places and interfluves, including Lahore, Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, and the Doab labels. Also note the boundary marker. The Delhi ridge is shown as a water divide, and the Ganga system begins to the east. Now as the rivers are visible, lock the interfluves. Cracking the Doab code is a visual mnemonic for remembering Punjab's interfluves. Beas plus Satluj equals Bist Doab. Beas plus Ravi equals Bari Doab. Ravi plus Chenab equals Rachna Doab. Chenab plus Jhelum equals Chaj Doab. Indus plus Jhelum or Chenab equals Sindh Sagar Doab. Use the map on the right to visualize these blocks instead of memorizing them as a list. Now we add the local vocabulary that UPSC sometimes uses as direct terms. Bet refers to the floodplains, the Khaddar of Punjab, and it is fertile. Dhyas are the bluffs bordering the floodplains. Chos are seasonal streams in the Shivalik foothills, and they cause intense gully erosion. These three words are small, but they are high value when they appear. Now move east into the Ganga plain and set the regional overview. This plain stretches from Delhi to Kolkata, covers about 3.75 lakh square kilometers and is shaped by the Ganga river. It is divided into Upper Ganga plain, Middle Ganga plain and Lower Ganga plain, draining toward the Bay of Bengal. In the upper plain, note high productivity. A specific landform is highlighted. Bhoors are elevated sand ridges along riverbanks. In the middle section, note the low gradient, about 25 centimeters per kilometer, which is why the river spreads and meanders. The base explanation is clear on the slide. This vast plain results from accumulation of alluvial deposits from the Ganga and its tributaries, originating from the Himalayas and the peninsular region. The overall topography slopes toward the east and southeast, shaping water flow and the landscape. Now, as the lower Ganga plain is in view, focus on its terminal feature. This is the world's largest delta. It is formed by the confluence of the Ganga and Brahmaputra. Two-thirds of the lower plain is deltaic. It is home to the Sundarbans, with mangroves and the Royal Bengal tiger. And it is characterized by tidal waters and mudflats. Keep Sundarbans and delta characteristics together because questions often combine ecology with geomorphology. Now we shift to the Brahmaputra side. The narrow valley is a distinct aggradational plain formed by the Brahmaputra river, characterized by its narrow structure and unique features. The map shows the Brahmaputra river and the aggradational plain, framed by the eastern Himalayas to the north and the Meghalaya plateau to the south, including the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia and Mikir hills. Majuli Island is marked as the world's largest riverine island. The plain is also associated with tea plantations. And the key features listed are sandbars and alluvial fans. Now bring the entire system back to relevance. Why it matters. The soul of India in 3 ideas. The granary. Food security through crops like rice, wheat and sugarcane, supported by rich alluvial soil. The artery. An infrastructure hub because extreme horizontality enables dense rail and road networks. The civilization. A cultural core with historic centers like Varanasi and Haridwar. This is how you convert physical geography into GS-ready meaning. Now consolidate with the last-minute cheat sheet. The aspirant's checklist. North to south sequence. Bhabar, boulders. Terai, wet. Bhangar, old with kankar. Khadar, new, also called bet. West to east terms. Rohi, fertile tracts in Rajasthan. Chos, erosion in Punjab. Bhoor, sand ridges in Uttar Pradesh. Majuli, island in Assam. Doab hack. Bist equals Bees plus Satluj. Bari equals Bees plus Ravi. Rachna equals Ravi plus Chenab. Chaj equals Chenab plus Jhelum. This is your revision spine. If this checklist is clean, the chapter stays clean and your exam ready.